Welcome back to the channel, and for this productivity video I want to take the opportunity of it being October 1st and that this is when most people start their winter arc. And if you don't know, kind of the general meaning of this is most people, they take the dark and cold parts of the year, which would be October, November, and December, this 3-month period, to kind of lock in and make changes and just work on themselves. So most people will go to the gym more and be on social media less, kind of just be alone more and focus on themselves, which for this video I want to take kind of similar concepts but focus it more to game development and not as strict and hardcore and going to the gym and all that. So let's get right into this video. So this is kind of just the things I'm going to be talking about in this video. So the first thing is establishing a sleep routine. Now, everyone needs 8 hours of sleep so their body feels good and so that they have the energy to run efficiently and so your mind can concentrate, because without proper sleep, your mind, you get brain fog and you just feel tired all day, which you don't want that. So I recommend waking up around or before 6:30. This way you can go start your things early, especially if you have school or work. This way you can get up, do the things you need to do in the morning, maybe get some work done, and then go to your job or school. When you're doing this, you want to try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every week or every day throughout the week, which there is some leeway on the weekends, get that, but still try to have the same routine every day. This way your body creates a natural routine that it gets used to, and it eventually causes better high quality sleep. Now when I say a morning routine, this doesn't have to be that you do this and this all in a row every day, because that can get monotonous and it's not super necessary. You really just want to focus on when you wake up at the same time. Like for me, I wake up at 5:45 every morning. When I wake up, first thing I do is I'll go to the bathroom, and then I'll go and get cold water running in the sink, and I'll splash my face with cold water, kind of rub it into the face, and this way it kind of wakes me up and starts my morning, and I won't feel the need to sleep because that cold water wakes me up quick. But for some people, when they wake up, if it's light outside, they'll go outside, get some fresh air, get the sunlight on your face. This will naturally wake you up. There is studies that do prove this, but for me, I can't do that because when I wake up, it's dark outside. But it kind of just depends on your situation, what wakes you up, what can you look forward to in the morning when you wake up, when your alarm goes off, what am I gonna do? And then for a bedtime routine, this is important. So what I like to do is I like to limit or cut out my eating within an hour of going to bed. And for this, I mean, it's proven that when you eat within an hour of going to bed, your body uses energy while sleeping to then digest that food, which could be going to muscle recovery if you weight lift, or just overall recovery to give you energy in the morning. Same thing with no to low fluids within 45 minutes of going to bed. And this is so, again, your body doesn't have to deal with fresh fluids in the morning or during the night, but the main thing is you don't have to get up in the middle of the night and stop your high quality sleep. And then a very big and important one is no screens. No screens within 30 minutes of going to bed. This way it allows your eyes to begin relaxing, because screens, they make your body stay awake, and this way you can relax your body and your eyes to acclimate for high quality sleep. And what I like to do, I recommend reading in that 30 minutes before going to bed. This really allows your brain to calm down and relax and get ready for sleep. And now, next topic is 30 minutes of exercise daily. And this could be anything, but for me, in the mornings when I wake up, I go to the gym and lift weights 3 days a week, and then the other 2 days I will go for a run. But for you, it could be something different. Like I also, in the afternoon, I play soccer, so I have soccer practice every day. So kind of depends on what your life looks like and it is nice to step out of your comfort zone. So if you don't do much during the day for exercise, it could step out of your comfort zone and start going to the gym, because that is always beneficial. But you could also just go for a walk. If you have a pet like a dog, you could take that dog for a walk. You could just go for a little run, whatever it is, because it is very important that you get 30 minutes of exercise, because exercise is obviously good for your overall health. It gives your body more energy for the rest of the day. And like I said, I go to the gym in the morning, and I recommend that because, like I said, it gives you energy. Some people might think, oh, well, then I'll be tired for the rest of the day. If you're properly fueling yourself with fluids and food, and the right food, it won't make you tired throughout the day. It'll actually wake you up. And then there's also mental health benefits with exercise, because it can help relieve stress, and it can just even if you don't feel stressed, it'll put yourself in a better mood, and it can give you more confidence in the rest of your life, which is very important. Next topic, at least 2 hours of deep work, which this can look different for everyone, which it could be, focusing on a side hustle or just a side project, just working on improving yourself, and be a lot of different things. But for me, 2 hours of deep work would be game development and working on my YouTube channel. This is very important, just 2 hours of deep work, because it is important that everyone creates something of their own, whether it's writing, drawing, YouTube, game development, anything like that, because it's good for the mind to actually put information out, and instead of always receiving new information and receiving stimuli, because if you just receive, your brain can't handle it. Well, it can handle it, but you get more tired, and it's just good for you to put out information and stimuli to people, which you don't have to be super public like a YouTube channel, but just like, for example, if you really like painting, you could paint and then share those paintings with your family and friends, and maybe eventually starting an Instagram just to present your paintings. And it doesn't have to be something huge, but just allowing your brain to put information out to the world is very important. The last thing with this is do something you enjoy. You shouldn't have to hate doing this deep work. It should be something you enjoy. Like, I enjoy making video games. I like programming. I like drawing with pixel art. I enjoy that, and that is what I do for 2 hours of deep work. And now, you don't always, some tasks might feel monotonous and the same thing over and over, but if like for me, that would be editing videos, but that's everything else I enjoy. I enjoy the journey of working on my game and presenting these YouTube videos to you guys. But so overall, I enjoy what I do. I usually do more than 2 hours, but just 2 hours minimum is important just for you creating something. And so our next thing then would be limit cheap dope. So what I mean by this is social media, doom scrolling, video games, TV, etc. And if you can't fully get rid of something, set strict limits. Like, for example, I have a 30-minute limit on Instagram, just because I use Instagram to communicate with people as well, but I can still get distracted by reels, so I still set a 30-minute limit on Instagram. Or I know some people have an hour limit on video games if you feel the need that you still need video games. But a lot of times there are activities that you should just completely cut out, like TikTok. Now, unless you release content to people on TikTok, maybe it's different and similar to Instagram where you just set a limit. But a lot of people, they just use it for scrolling, and that is a huge waste of time. So you eliminate TikTok and just the need to watch TV or YouTube, just mindless YouTube videos every night. It doesn't bring any need or no use to you. So completely just wiping out watching TV and TikTok and things like that. For me, like I said, Instagram, I use it to communicate with people as well. So I just set a limit. And video games, a lot of times video games cause people to be more stressed in their life. So maybe completely cutting out video games is important, but a lot of times that is also how people socialize with others, which obviously it's good to also socialize in person with people. But for me, I'm in college now. I'm 4 hours away from my friends, or my main friends, and I use video games to be able to socialize with them, but I also socialize with my friends here in college. So you need that balance. And for me, I know I could play video games all day if I really wanted to, but what I do is for every hour of deep work I put in, I get 15 minutes of video games. And so this is kind of rewarding my deep work. So if I do 4 hours of deep work, that's an hour of games I can play, and it's just a little reward for doing work instead of just playing video games for 3 hours and then maybe I'll do some more work later. The whole point of this is also just it's a waste of time to sit and scroll on Instagram or TikTok, and and energy too. It's not super productive, obviously, and like I said, it could be using this time and energy more wisely. It also helps if you set scheduled times in for these activities. So for example, I know back in the day I used to only play video games on the weekend, which was nice because I looked forward playing on the video games on the weekend, but during the week I could stay productive doing the things I needed to do when I got home from work and school, or for an hour of video games after dinner. It all really depends on your current situation, but scheduling in these activities in a certain time frame can also help that you all of a sudden get the urge of, I want to scroll on Instagram. You can think, no, I have 30 minutes or whatever it is later. I think 30 minutes of just constant scrolling is a little much, but whatever it is, just know I have a time set aside for that. I'll do that later, not right now when I should be working or if you're at school. So just to focus on current task you're at. And the next one, reflections. And I have daily and weekly reflections on here, but you mainly, no matter what, want to do a weekly reflection, whether that's on Sunday nights, which is what I do, or I know some people like Friday nights after they get done with work or their school week. That is very common as well. But weekly reflections, you want to ask yourself 3 questions. What did I do well the past week? What could I have done better this week? And what should I change and focus on this week? Just with these 3 questions, you can reflect on the positives of what you should keep doing. You could see the negatives that you should stop doing or tweak to make it better. And that's just very important. And you could do very similar questions for a daily reflection. But I really only do daily reflections when I either have a really bad day or a really good day, just to see why was that day really bad or good. And then if it was a good day, I could replicate those things. If it was a really bad day, I can change those things. So that's for reflections. And to kind of go along with reflections, setting priorities is very important, which you should always be setting daily and weekly priorities for what you want to get done in the next day. Tonight, I'll set my priorities for tomorrow, and just so I know what I need to be doing in that following day. And so when I wake up, I come to sit down at my desk, I don't sit down at my desk and go, all right, what am I doing today? And then that's when you end up playing video games or just watching YouTube because you don't know what you actually want to do or need to do. And with setting priorities, you properly start your day with something you need to be doing. The next topic is strategic alliances. And now when I say strategic alliances, I'm sure you've heard this quote before already, but you become the 5 people you hang out with the most. So surrounding yourself with people you want to be or that have a similar mission as you is very important. And now this doesn't mean you have to completely destroy relationships just because someone isn't on the same life path as you. What I like to do is I like to be honest with them. Just straight up say, I'm starting this journey. You can either join me and we can do it together, or we won't be able to hang out as much. And this way, you give them clear choices to adopt the journey you're going on, or just step back from the relationship and maybe you only hang out once a week on the weekends. I don't know. It really depends on your situation. But if you have friends where they're like, yeah, you do your own thing, we can hang out on the weekends. And when they do want to hang out on that one night on the weekends, if all they want to do is go out partying all night and get wasted, that's a friendship. Then maybe you'd go, well, there's no point in going because I'm gonna screw up my sleep schedule. And getting wasted just isn't good because then you have to recover on a hangover the next day and you can't be productive as you could. And that's one of the friendships you just go, okay, we can't be friends if we're gonna be. This is the activities you want to do when we do hang out, and that's. It could be hard, but it's the difficult decisions that they're the most important. And next thing is, I know some people, when they hear meditation, it's not super attractive for people to do. Just sitting there with your eyes closed could seem weird, but I strongly recommend it. There's so many benefits of just clearing your mind and helping reset for a new day. You can also meditate for certain reasons. There are so many videos online of just specific reasons of like clearing your mind, of getting a good night's sleep, and manifesting manifestation, etc. So you can meditate for what you need, no matter what it is. Getting 10 minutes of meditation, it will help you stay focused on your journey and keep a clear head. Now this is where you can kind of design what you want to do for this, or add something. I'd say that the things I've listed already, those are kind of mandatory, but you can adapt a little bit too. So if you know you have caffeine addiction, you could decide, well, I want to cut out caffeine or heavily limit caffeine to maybe 1 cup a day, whatever you think is necessary and is going to help you on your journey of self-improvement and being more productive. That is good for you. It could be anything though. Like I said, caffeine, if you want to start a new diet, if you want to pray more, it can be anything. Just keep the main things that I've already stated, and then maybe add more rules for what you feel is necessary. The next thing, kind of alluded to earlier, but it's maintaining certain rewards, because without rewards, it's kind of hard to stay sane and not get depressed, because you constantly are focused on work, and never allowing yourself to relax. And because these rewards should help you decompress, and it is important to schedule these activities into your week. So like, for example, if you're a big fan of sports team, for me, I like to watch soccer, but you could watch football or whatever it is, basketball. Just scheduling in, okay, I'm gonna watch my football team this day at this time, and then I can go back to work. Or going out to dinner with friends once a week, or if you're just really busy, just find something to look forward to, even if it isn't something you would normally look forward to doing. Just even like, it's a mental thing when you say you want to do something, maybe you don't actually, but if you say you want to do it enough, your brain will start thinking, oh, I really want to do this, and it will look forward to it. So this could be, maybe I'm too busy to go get dinner with my friends, I'm gonna look forward to going to the gym tonight, or just looking forward to something is important, not just slumping around thinking, oh, I got nothing to look forward to. Just look forward to something. But it is important to don't let these rewards interfere entirely with your other steps. Like I mentioned earlier, going out and drinking late, that isn't a good reward to set, because like I said, now you have to recover the next day, and you're not able to continue working on yourself that next day because now you're hungover and you stayed up late, so you screwed up your sleep schedule. Or the video games, if your reward is playing video games on Friday night, if video games make you more stressed, or you're gonna play video games late at night into the night, it's not helping you, and now you're kind of ruining the progress you've made. So that is my take on the rewards. Just be smart with them. That's all I have for this video. If you have any questions or clarifications you want to get, leave a comment under the video. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. We'll be releasing consistently more videos twice a week, like I've stated before. And I just want to be able to help you guys on your journeys of whatever your journey is. So thank you, and this is RBC Mr. Rhodes signing off for now.